we're just right back to a new regular show review. And if y'all didn't see the last one, go and check it out. And we are back with the next two episodes of season 5. And yeah, we start with another good one, and it starts with Rigby and Mordecai and Muscle Man getting ready for this party for this guy named Timmy or Tommy. Yeah, I think it's Tommy. It sound When I was watching the episode, it sounded like Timmy, but I think it's Tommy. It's either one of those. But how they're always just been basically celebrating this kid's birthday ever since he was a baby. And yeah, we see him when he was little and just rubbing his face into the cake, which I would only assume that's one of those special cakes that you can give to the baby. Which I remember even like my nieces and nephews even had one of those. Yeah, I do remember they even had some of those where you give them a cake for them to just be able to go into. So, yeah, I can definitely see that being a cake like that. And then, again, just saying throughout these other years as well of just how great his birthday party has been. And, yeah, they can't wait to celebrate it this year again. And Benson is on the phone and getting angry because apparently, from what he has said, that there was supposed to be a stuntman that was supposed to perform for Tommy's birthday, but of course he got canceled. And yeah, of course Mordecai is saying, "Why don't we do the stunt?" But of course he doesn't trust Mordecai and Rigby to do any of the stunts. So they then say, "What if we go and get some stunt licenses?" And yeah, they make it to this place which is from this address and showing this statue. It's apparently this guy went into 40, 50, like, so comas. Like, yeah. And, yeah, we see him driving up, and, yeah, he does not look so well, I would say. He does not look so well. And, yeah, everybody is kind of, it's kind of hard for them to say, know which one and he's looking at. But then gives them these books to read and sewing on this mark, which then, of course, having to pay him as well to continue. And yeah, he punches Mordecai, punches Mordecai, Rigby, and Muscle Man as well. And I'm assuming High Five Ghost as well. And yeah, we see basically the names of the training, and them doing the training, like rolling over cars and just a lot of other stuff too. Even getting hit with chairs and getting dragged. Just a lot of different activities that we say that they're having to do. And then they remember that they're doing this for. To make a kid happy on his birthday. So yeah, they managed to do everything and get an explosion that happens too. And then the final exam happens, and they have to do this final exam, this obstacle course, which looks so deadly. And of course, Benson calls Mordecai and Rigby, wondering what they're doing. And yeah, Tommy comes and the kids, which Benson is having to stall. And yeah, they do the final exam, but High Five Ghost can't go on any further, so tells them to go on without him, and rolling over the cars, jumping over with this explosion, getting set on fire, having to get put out, and on top of cars, onto this helicopter, and yeah, Mordecai ends up letting go. So now it's just Rigby and Muscle Man, and they go through this brick wall, which Muscle Man is telling Rigby that he can't give up. Remember who we're doing this for. And yeah, they jump over snakes, they jump over alligators, and there's sharks that are being launched into the air as well. And we see this explosion, which they get off of the bikes, and yeah, they're gliding down, and they end up actually passing. Yep, they end up passing and getting their stunt licenses, and they end up at the birthday party, all in all up in cast, and yeah, I love their faces, the kids' faces, and yeah, they ended up ruining the cake as well. But he still enjoys it. He still enjoyed it, and he says it was a really good birthday party. So hey, as long as it makes the children happy, right? As long as it makes the children happy, that's really good. And then we go to the next one of this review, and yeah, this was a quite interesting one, I will say. Quite an interesting one. And it's a New Year like episode. And yeah, it starts with Thomas, High Five Ghost, Muscle Man, Mordecai, and Rigby at the coffee shop and talking about their New Year's resolutions, which I don't ever really keep my New Year's resolutions. I know you should, but I don't always tend to keep them whenever I try to make a New Year's resolution. And yeah, Eileen also talking about with her New Year's resolution, and yeah, Mordecai actually being convinced or actually feeling confident when it comes to the next girl that he sees. He's going to go up and talk to her, and right after that, his mouth just drops. His mouth just drops when he sees this lady, and yeah, she's with these other girls, and they're looking over at where Mordecai and the other guys are. And yeah, they're trying to tell Mordecai, "Don't. Why don't you go over there and talk to her? Right? Why don't you go over there and talk to her?" I mean, I remember a time when I was at McDonald's one time getting my food, waiting in line. Well, no, I already ordered my food, and this actually happened to me. But one night for supper when I was waiting for the food to get brought to me, there was a lady that was cleaning off tables, and she actually looked at me and smiled, stuck her tongue out and smiled at me, and then when I looked at her, she looked away. True fact, by the way. But yeah, they're trying to tell him, why don't you go over there and talk to her? And yeah, they're watching him, and of course they can't understand what they're saying. And he managed to get her phone number. Yeah, like man, yeah, Rigby or not Rigby, Mordecai's got it in him, I can say. And then we see this Rigby from the future that is as a hologram coming from the toilet and trying to tell Rigby that he has to stop that kiss from happening because there's also going to be other things that are going to happen during the New Year's party with Pops opening the bottle too early, Muscle Man running around in a diaper, and Mordecai kissing someone that he shouldn't. Which, yeah, Rigby is having to do this to Mordecai. And yeah, he when he's trying to sleep, he ends up having this dream, him on this clock, and getting launched into the air, seeing Muscle Man naked, and going towards Mordecai with his lips out. And yeah, he throws the phone number into the toilet. And of course, Mordecai is trying to figure out where the phone number is. But of course, he's like, "Come on, dude, what did you do?" And of course, he tells him that he got rid of it. He threw it away. But luckily, the girl ended up calling Mordecai, and she actually accepts his invitation on going to that New Year's party. And yeah, Muscle Man doing this thing with these pants of how he's going to tear them off since he's going to be running around naked during the New Year's resolution. And yeah, of course, that was one of the signs, basically. And Rigby ends up freaking out. And then he goes to Skips. And of course, Skips is telling him of how, just let it play out, basically. It shouldn't really be anything to worry about. And then Rigby goes over to Benson, which he's greeting people at the door, and wondering if Mordecai has come. And he says that Mordecai and his date did come, and Benson actually likes the girl that Mordecai is with. Seems like a really good person, that he says. But of course, Rigby has to stop this. And yeah, it seems like a pretty good turnout. And of course, Pops having the bottle already, which again, that's another sign. That's another sign that Rigby's future self told him about. And then we see that lady, just not even laughing or really anything to Mordecai. And then Rigby overhears the lady saying of how basically she's got another man. Yeah, she's with another man, and yeah, he of course tries to get Rigby, get Mordecai, but of course he tries to stop Rigby, and of course Mordecai just doesn't understand with this, and of course they end up fighting, which then gets locked into the bathroom as well. And then the future Rigby tells him that time is almost up and gives him a watch that'll stop the time for slow down time for 60 seconds. And he gets through the air vent as well and slows down time. And yeah, of course, we say the events unfold like Muscle Man wearing the diaper and the bottle being opened, hitting Muscle Man in the eye, and basic also destroying the watch, which ends up it wasn't Mordecai after all. Yup, it wasn't Mordecai that the girl was gonna kiss because yeah, Mordecai actually tells Rigby, "I'm sorry for locking you in the bathroom," and I guess you were right. Mordecai sees this girl that comes up to him, and actually kissing him as well. And of course, when they take off their mask, it actually reveals that it's that CJ girl and ends up leaving. And yeah, leaves her mask as well. Like, I kind of feel like it was CJ, though, most definitely. Just from, you know, even without her mask, or with her mask, I would definitely say. Yeah, quite interesting episodes, I would definitely say. Like, I think